User joined your
All right,
channel.
yeah.
User joined your
All right,
channel.
yeah.
User was moved out of your channel.
Um. Hi. Oh, and it's right. All right, guys, we are not doing LEO tonight. We will be actually. We will be doing some LEO tonight.
User joined your channel.
Right now, we're gonna start off with Sid because we do have a court case that we have to attend to, and you know, I wasn't ready. So
User was moved to your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
so we're gonna get ready to go to court. Not gonna lie, I did think it was later. I didn't think
User disconnected from your channel.
all right, we're going to the courthouse, guys. How's it going, Jay? All right, I just pulled up the chat. All right. Oh, we're gonna make a left here. We're gonna do it. I'm late for court. Get out the way. Yeah, this. Hold on. I just goofed. Oh my god. No, I should have been ready, but
User disconnected from your channel. User joined your channel.
let's go and get to this court, man. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Hey, wake up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, wrong person.
alright, Vance, so I need to have a little chat with you, so let's just go over here for a second. I'm gonna go for the DA office because, yeah. Alright, so the only really thing that we can really do here is kind of argue the fact that the officer didn't check, obviously, that he didn't check your vehicle. Did he get your side of the story by chance?
Yeah, you did.
I can't really hear you.
Oh. Yeah, he did.
Alright, so you got your side of the story, and basically, I need you to give me a little rundown on what actually happened.
All right, so I was traveling down Joshua Road, going into Sandy. I believe it was raining that night as well. I slid, hit the guardrail.
User was moved out of your
As I
channel.
was driving my car, I made a left-hand turn on the panorama. My tire came off, and I ended up hitting the car. The vehicle took off, so then I took off, and then that's when the trooper stopped me.
Okay. So
User
you said
was
that you were
moved
going
to
down
your channel.
Joshua towards Sand Shores when you accidentally crashed into a guardrail. You're heading to a friend's house who fixes cars for cheaper than an actual repair shop. You turned north into Panorama where your front tire blew and caused you to crash into a local. You tried to pull your vehicle to the side, and then that's when your front right tire completely came off, causing you to head onto a pole where you finally came to a stop. The car later caught on fire and the police put it out.
Yep.
So you've been charged with speeding violations, marked lanes violations, stop yield fail to OTE, and then believing of property damage.
Yep. And I asked the
So
officer if he had me clocked for speed. He said no.
okay, so he didn't have you clocked for speeding. Alright. So the prosecution has offered a plea deal. You denied the plea deal, and they want to know what you want for the plea deal to go through. So it's up to you whether you want to take the deal or not. If you're not, then I'll try my best to argue this out. Because the only really thing I got to do is kind of make the officer look stupid for what he did, and then that's kind of how it's gonna work. So you can either take the deal, or I mean, we can go speak to the prosecution at the moment, try to get a little deal going, and if not, then I mean, we can go to the trial. It's completely up to you right now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want the deal.
All right, Del, let's go to the courtroom.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in one of those movies.
Are we ready to begin, gentlemen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's make sure that we use our shouting loud voices so then the record could clearly pick this up. We're gonna be very, very quick today. Okay, so the
User joined
defendant
your
is
channel.
represented by counsel. Okay. That's a new face that I haven't seen in court before. What's your name, counselor?
Your Honor, I'm going to be Thomas
Oh, hello,
Thomas
welcome.
Spector, bar number
Welcome,
233.
welcome. All right. Well, we'll get this.
Server group assigned.
Are y'all going to be planning on calling any witnesses today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that as loud as you can speak?
What's the, you know,
Shift X. That's the muscle.
there we go.
Much better. Yeah. We need the record to clearly hear you and make out your voice so then it can save me some time.
Yeah, Your Honor,
Go ahead.
if I may be heard. The counsel for the defense, are those prescription or sunglasses?
Prescription.
Well, unfortunately, we can't have him take his glasses off then. Oh well. It's a very interesting choice, by the way, government, to have your testifying officer dress in a white suit for a bench trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very interesting choice, but we'll okay.
I do believe he has his uniform.
Yeah. Okay. I just, hey, he can wear whatever he wants here. I just wanted to talk about how I thought it was a very unorthodox
How's it going,
decision,
Martin?
to say the very least.
I'm in court right now fighting some
Are you good?
some citations.
I'm good, sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is defense ready to go on the record?
Oh,
Yes, Your Honor.
my client will be right back.
Okay. As this standard with bench trials, the first thing that I'm going to go over, and we didn't have any time to actually do a pre-trial conference, so we're going to get all this done now. And so when we go on the record, everything will be as smooth as jazz. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and we're going to talk about today, is any evidence. Is either side planning on entering any video evidence or anything else of the sorts?
Not on, only thing that I have is the testimony / affidavit from the officer.
And defense, are you
Are you-
planning on entering anything?
Your Honor, I have photography evidence of the street where the crime was apparently committed.
Okay. Well, this is a bit of a predicament then. Okay, I guess you can, well, let's talk about that on the record here. Have you made that available for the prosecution?
I've not had the chance to. I just received it.
Okay, let's do that as soon as humanly possible. Which means right now. So then he can receive it, review it, and then we'll talk about whether or not to pre-admit it when we go on the record. And yeah, you're not calling any witnesses. Okay, one other quick organizing thing before we go on the record here. Because it's a bench trial, it's not really necessary for us to hear opening argument. So I'm just going to ask, do you wish to waive opening arguments? You can answer how you please. But the reason why I'm asking that question is just because it's all supposed to be opening argument doesn't present any factual or legal arguments, so it's just kind of a waste of time when we're not in a jury trial, okay? So I'm going to ask that on the record when we get on. And we'll try and get this done in hopefully 15 minutes or less because we have jury trial right afterwards that we need to get going. So I'm going to get all my stuff ready and then we'll start.
Received, thank you.
Received, thank you, Honor.
Sound muted.
Your Honor, we cannot hear you.
Are you asking me a question?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. One sec. Court is calling the Commonwealth of San Andreas versus Vance Carter, case number 23CR00523. We'll
Do
start
this.
with appearances with the government.
For the government, Alex Ghost, state bar number 233210.
And for the defense,
Going to be Thomas Spector, bar number 233209.
and the defendant is present with us here in court today. Let's go ahead and tackle preliminary matters. The court has received indication from the defense that they wish to offer a photograph in as evidence. Has the prosecution received this photograph?
We did, Your Honor. All three.
Okay, it's going to be 3 photographs.
I do believe that is what I received was 3 different, looks like angles.
Okay, understood. Does the defense have an authenticating witness to this evidence, as in the person who took those photos?
Yes, Your Honor, it's going to be my client.
Okay, so in order for us to admit that evidence, unless you would like the prosecution to, stipulate to its authenticity, which they very well could do. Well, before I guess we go down that route, State, do you stipulate to the authenticity, meaning that you agree that the photographs that have been provided and entered are true and authentic, and therein you waive all objections to the authenticity of the exhibits presented by the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Furthermore, do you wish to have those exhibits pre-admitted into evidence without the requirement of testimony or witness statements backing them or accompanying them?
Can you repeat that one more time, Your Honor?
Do you wish to pre-admit them into evidence, basically?
That is fine, Your Honor.
Okay. The photographs are pre-admitted into evidence. If you could please append those to the quote-unquote email chain, that would be lovely, and the court will consider such when entering its determination as to the matter. Moving forward, the prosecution only has one witness in this case, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that witness is present with us here in court today, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Do parties wish to waive opening arguments, starting with the government?
That is okay, Your Honor.
Defense, do you wish to waive opening argument?
No, Your Honor.
You do not wish to waive opening argument?
Oh, wait, sorry. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, opening argument has been waived. We'll then proceed into evidence. We'll go ahead and begin. We'll start with the prosecution's evidence. You may call your first witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The government would like to call up Aaron Walker from the San Andreas State Police to the stand.
Mr. Walter, please take the stand.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's a rat.
F2.
Oh, great.
All right.
Your Honor, if we can have this mice removed.
That would be ideal. Mr. Walter, did I get your last name correct?
It's Walker, Your Honor.
Walker. Mr. Walker, the stand is to the right of me. To my right. My right.
Yep.
There you go. Rat looks like it wants to sit on a jury panel today. Dude, if no one comes up, we might just very well have to allow that. Okay. Mr. Walker, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you state your name for the record?
Aaron Walker,
What's your badge number?
1306.
Your witness
1306.
state. Your witness state.
Come again, Your Honor.
I said it's the state's witness now, so the state can begin examining.
Mr. Walker, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Mr. Walker, I appreciate you your time in being here today. I know as a law enforcement officer, you have a lot of on your plate. Oh, okay. So, Mr. Walker, can you describe in detail what happened on this night when the citation was written?
So, I was my partner and I were running some
I
radar
have to
lidar.
pause. It appears that defense counsel or whoever that was just
Oh.
ran out. Okay, now he's ready. You can start again.
My partner and I were running some lidar towards Route 68, facing towards Route 68, around that area near Panorama Drive. My partner and I observed a vehicle going well over the amount of 60, driving down the middle of the road. Overtook a couple cars, opposite lanes of travel. Then he came up to a double yellow, overtook a car, and slammed into the guardrail.
Hold on one moment. I guess there's the disk space that I cleared for this video is not sufficient. One moment.
Your Honor, are you currently off the record?
Okay, well, it looks like my recording software is now starting to error out here, so second.
Your Honor, just real quick.
Yes.
Are
who
we
is
off the
speaking?
record? This is Ash. Wolf.
Yeah, we're off the record right now. What?
Can we request a delay in our case as our officer is going to need an extra few minutes to get in?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, give me one moment to resolve this issue. My apologies.
Oh, well, the rat just fell up the road.
This is kind of boring.
Fell up the road.
Damn it.
Why is that your pet rat?
No.
Okay, we're back on the record. Good lord, you're wearing a red suit in court? Good grief. Okay.
I wanted to say no, Your Honor.
All right.
Who is that?
We'll pick up from where we last left off. You can start again.
Yes, sir. Mr. Walker, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Mr. Walker, if you can describe in detail what occurred on the night of the citation.
Yeah. So, my partner and I were near Panorama Drive, and we were faced running signal 11 towards Route 68. We observed a vehicle driving down the middle of the road, overtaking vehicles. The vehicle operated by Mr. Carter was driving very fast, speeding. We didn't lock him. We had a little LiDAR malfunction. And he overtook some vehicles on a double yellow, failing to maintain lanes. When he overtook a vehicle, he lost control of his vehicle and hit a guardrail and continued driving down East Joshua Road, making a left onto Panorama, where he then hit a vehicle and could still continue driving until he hit a light pole, losing both of his wheels, front two wheels. Upon further investigation, the Mr. Carter stated that he was driving to his friend's mechanic shop. We don't know why he was going that fast. We don't know why he was in such a hurry. We were there for about 40 minutes, and his vehicle caught on fire. After that, the fire department was called, all that good stuff. The fire was taken out, and Mr. Carter has been given 5 tickets, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember. I've run 40 tickets in the past days since this happened.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker. How long have you been employed by the state police?
Oh, a year and a half now.
And the instruments that y'all use with y'all's patrol vehicle, everything is tested and certified?
Yes.
Can you go in depth in regards to how that testing is done?
So before every shift, we calibrate everything. There's some testing at the stations.
There's literally no software
where
that he
we
caught me
test
on.
the LiDAR guns, the ALPRs, all that good stuff.
He stated it had a
We
malfunction.
test that before every shift. It takes about 30 minutes or so to calibrate everything, make sure everything's working perfectly. And yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in an actual like court movie, like a lawyer movie.
Your Honor, if I may be heard,
You may.
the citation report that is already admitted and correct.
The citation report is not admitted into evidence, no.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Cross-examination.
Oh,
I thought you were
still
saying
going,
you
Your
were
Honor.
done.
Sorry.
My
Oh, no,
bad.
sir.
You can
No,
continue.
it's okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Walker.
Yep.
Make sure I get the right date here. Let me get my papers pulled up real quick. First, okay. On the night of the 17th, you were acting as your duty as a police officer, correct?
Yes.
And do you recall what infractions the vehicle was stopped for?
Stopped for, oh man, believe it was stopped for failing to maintain lanes, speeding, leaving the scene of property damage, oh, blowing a red light, reckless driving, well, operating to endanger.
For reckless driving and operating to endanger, which both cannot fall under
That would be
the
it, if
same
I'm not
category.
mistaken.
We're dropping those.
Yes, sir. And
Let's go.
those infractions that you listed, that is something that would be or could be issued at a traffic stop.
Yes.
This prosecutor's not making. I mean, this. Whoever's working for the state, yes, this prosecutor for the state's not doing a really good job.
And Mr. Walker.
Yep.
Do you happen to see the defendant in the courtroom here today?
Do I happen to see him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's sitting down right there.
Let it be known to the court that Mr. Walker has identified the defendant, Vance Carter.
The record shall so reflect that the Officer Walker has correctly identified the defendant as Vance Carter. You may continue.
Mr. Walker, after the vehicle was stopped, was there any other preliminary investigations that were going on with the vehicle at the time?
I'm not aware of that. No.
That is all. Thank you.
Okay, defense, you may cross-examine the
Thank
witness.
God, let's go. I got a good lawyer. I know I do. Imagine I say that and it all backfires.
Do I want to say my name, Your Honor?
It's like a gallery.
You can begin when you're ready.
I'm not a captain. What?
Officer, may you say your name?
My name, Aaron Walker.
Alright, Mr. Walker, so state the date of the... Sorry, I had something in the back of my ear there. State the date of the day that the crime was apparently committed.
Can you say that again, please?
Could you state the day that the crime was apparently committed?
3/17, March
Alright.
17th, 2023.
Okay. So on that day, you had pulled my client over for the charge that you had put on him was the speeding violation, as well as the marked lanes, stop yield, and also the OTE and intent leaving scene of property damage. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you said, your radar wasn't fully working. Correct?
No.
Okay. So how was the client speeding if you was not able to clock him?
I visually locked. I'm not locked. I visually saw him speeding. It was overpassing vehicles. It was catching up to other vehicles that were ahead of him. And yeah, it was just very, very far ahead of him, and he was catching up somehow. And they were doing the speed limit, so.
What was the speed limit of the road?
Speed limit on the road is 60.
Okay, so 60 miles an hour zone. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the client mentioned that the vehicle was not in the best shape or form. So when you did mention that he was going to his friend's house, my client mentioned that he did he or did he not tell you that there was something wrong with his vehicle?
He did not mention anything. The only thing he mentioned where he was going was when he was asked that. He was going to a mechanic. I did not see anything that was visually wrong with his vehicle. No.
Okay, so my client had mentioned that there was something wrong with the vehicle with the right side tire as well as the right side tire as well as the front of the vehicle. When you pulled him over, did you not see anything visual with the vehicle, such as any scratches, damages, or anything?
The only damages I saw was when he impacted the guardrail and another vehicle on the roadway.
Could you explain on how the vehicle crashed into the guardrail for me?
He overtook a vehicle on a double yellow, lost control of the vehicle, hit the guardrail, bounced off the guardrail, ran a red light, hit another vehicle, continued driving down the road after hitting a light pole.
Okay. So why did you not pull him over at the time of when he overtook as well as ran a red light? Why
Because I
instead
was
of
trying
why did you let him continue? And then
because
obviously,
I was trying to catch up, and it looked like he didn't want to stop. So I don't know. I mean, that's a question you should ask your client. Why didn't he stop right when he hit the guardrail, or why didn't he stop when he hit the other vehicle?
because he had to go to his
Okay,
friend's
okay,
house.
we're gonna stop right there before it gets too much. Just ask questions. Don't quarrel with the witness.
Your Honor. So the charge, leaving a tenant scene of property damage. So with that, could you elaborate on that?
And he left the scene of property damage. He hit another vehicle. He hit a guardrail. He continued driving down the road.
Did you see him hit the vehicle?
Of course I did. I mean, if I didn't wanna, if I didn't
Your
see,
Honor?
I wouldn't stay in the report.
I'd like to make an objection to that question for being vague.
What was the question?
The question was, did you see him hit the vehicle?
And how is that vague, counselor?
Can you repeat that, Your Honor? Sorry, there was someone being loud.
They said the question was, what was the question? Sorry, I forgot it again.
Did you see my client hit the vehicle?
Did you see my client hit the vehicle? How is that vague, counselor?
Your Honor, that provides no further description in regards to any part of the scene and or time lapse of the sequence of events for this.
Okay, I tend to agree with that. The vehicle, you haven't laid the foundation of what the vehicle actually is. So if you could lay the foundation of what the vehicle actually is, with regards to his testimony, and then ask that question, then you'll be fine.
Yes, Your Honor. It's just the fact that the officer or anything, it wasn't stated in any documents or anything that was, well, and maybe it might have been a document that's not been provided to me, but it's not been provided that it's not give a description of which vehicle it's hit. It didn't give anything along the side.
There was no information as to
Which vehicle was hit? No, Your Honor.
prosecution. Do you have anything to add onto that?
I do not, Your Honor.
Well, in order to prove that someone left the scene of property damage, you have to prove that property damage existed in the first place. I haven't seen any proof of that, so the court will dismiss on that charge and enter an acquittal as to that charge then. You can continue.
All right. So with the speeding violation, you claimed that you've seen him speeding up to overtake another vehicle, correct?
Yeah.
I'm by the charge. I'm accurately sure you need to visually clock them to charge him with the charge, correct? By clocking them with a radar or anything along the side, you need to clock them to charge them with a speeding charge, correct?
This is a legal question. We'll talk about this after trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can continue.
I have no other further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Any redirect from the government?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can redirect the witness.
Mr. Walker.
Yep.
I know there was statements in regards to the vehicle running a red light along with hitting a guardrail. Correct?
Yeah.
Can
That's
you
one
provide a
charge dropped.
detail in which area or what street that occurred?
Yeah, East Joshua Road. It was on East Joshua Road. He was headed towards Panorama. He struck the guardrail on the right. As well as that intersection there has traffic lights, and he ran the red light, taking a left.
Your Honor, if I may offer, or actually, never mind. Sorry. Perfect. That is all, Mr. Walker. Thank you.
Okay, any recross? Defense counsel, would you like to recross, or can I excuse the witness?
You can excuse the witness.
Okay, Mr. Walker, you are excused. You can just hang around in the gallery, and then we'll continue on. Is this the end of the government's case in chief?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And I guess when I cleared out 2 more gigabytes of stuff, it still somehow there's not enough space. One moment.
Your Honor.
I swear, nothing eats up space faster than FIVM. Well, we only have closing arguments left anyways, right? The defense doesn't have the case, or they don't have any witnesses.
Your Honor, can I call my client up as a witness?
I'm gonna have to warn you, that that's not usually considered a very good idea.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
You still wish to continue do so anyways?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this then. I'm gonna have to get us on the record, and then I'm gonna have your client verbally waive his right to a self-incrimination here. And what this is gonna like is we're gonna actually have to set some guardrails here, because your client is testifying. So we're going to ensure the court will enter in an order that the scope of cross-examination will be entirely limited to what was brought up on direct. So this means, counsel, anything that you talk about on direct, he can be cross-examined from by the prosecution.
Let's do it.
However, we'll make it an all order that the prosecution may not go into any other material that was not solicited in that direct examination here. Once I get all this space cleared up. And Barry, get a new suit for goodness sake. Good God, you look like Saul Goodman. Good
Maybe
grief.
that was the idea, Your Honor.
Okay, that's not a good idea. You're a clerk of court. Not some third-rate scamming attorney. Okay, let me get this figured out here.
I have a green suit, Your Honor.
Okay. I have to delete a bunch more stuff.
We seriously need a court recorder.
Gosh, we're already over the other jury trial that's supposed to happen, but we'll get that going here in a moment. Let's see if I can start the recording again. Okay, we're back on the record now. We'll hear closing argument, starting with the defense.
Can my client come up?
Oh, my bad. You're gonna do a direct examination of your client. My apologies. Yeah, you can call your client to the stand. All right. Mr. Vance Carter, could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
I do.
Can you state your name for the record?
Vance Carter.
All right, you can begin with your direct examination.
All right, Mr. Carter. So, on the date of that, the charges have been placed on you. From what we've been told, and obviously what the prosecution has got, so you claim that the officer had never needed to speed up to catch up to you, correct?
Yes. As the officer was never on Joshua Road or near Joshua Road, the farthest he was on either Alhambra or Panorama Drive.
So the officer was on Panorama, so he wasn't anywhere near you, so he couldn't have seen you speed, overtake, or hit any vehicles, correct?
Yes, when I made my left-hand turn on the Panorama, the officer needed to make a U-turn to stop me.
So when he mentioned that you ran, I believe it was one red light or two red lights, he never seen you do so, or you commit any crimes, correct?
Your Honor, compound. Objection, compound.
It's sustained on compound as well as it calls for a legal conclusion. Ask a different question.
Sorry, Your Honor. So the officer never had to sped up to catch up to you, and you did claim that he had to make a U-turn to attempt to pull you over, correct?
Yes.
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
Yes, he never had to speed up to me. He did have to make a U-turn, and when he did make his U-turn, his lane of travel was stopped because he had a red light.
All right, thank you. All right, when the officer mentioned that he seen you hit a guardrail or something along the lines of that situation, where was the officer at the time of that being?
Oh, whoa!
Uh,
What you doing, man?
the officer was, to my knowledge, on Panorama Drive. He did not know that I hit a guardrail until he asked me on the scene of his stop, which he did not Mirandize me.
Okay, so correct me on this one. So the officer did not, in fact, see you hit anything. He asked you instead, correct?
Yes.
So the officer did not see you hit anything along the lines or see you skip anything, so therefore all the charges should not be placed on you, correct?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, I'm done with my cross-examination.
Okay, well, it was a direct examination, and government, you may cross-examine the witness.
Absolutely, Mr. Carter, how are you?
Doing good.
Mr. Carter, can I have you state your name for the record?
Yes, Vance Carter.
Can I have you spell that out, please?
It'll be VANCECARTER.
Perfect. Mr. Carter, on the night of the 17th, what car were you driving?
I was driving my 2016 Explorer.
2016 Explorer. And Mr. Carter, you stated that the officer was on either Alhambra or Panorama, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And in correlation to where you were at, where was that located?
I was on East Joshua Road, approaching Panorama.
Okay. So you were heading, that would be westbound, I believe?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Carter, as you said that you had hit the guardrail previously, and then he asked you about it, correct? Or the officer had asked you if you hit the guardrail?
The officer asked me if I hit anything because there was front end damage to my vehicle.
Okay, so there was an admittance that there was a guardrail hit, correct?
Yes, there was.
And Mr. Carter, you also stated that you were not Mirandized, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Carter, you do realize that for traffic stops, you do not have to be Mirandized for those.
Okay, let's stop this here. Let's stop while we're ahead. New line of questioning.
Let me get back on track, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Who's talking?
It's going to be Thomas Spector, Defense.
What would you like to be heard on?
I'd just like to say that it's not read as Miranda's. Then what is obviously what he said is admissible.
Well, that is a very untimely objection to make. You've had plenty of time to argue admissibility.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's just I've had little kind of issues with my speaking voice at the moment, if you know what I mean.
I understand. Mr. Ghost, you can continue.
Perfect, thank you. And actually, that's all, Your Honor.
Any redirect? Any redirect from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Carter, you can go sit back down. All right. We'll hear closing arguments, starting with the defense.
Your Honor, I have not got any closing arguments at the moment, though.
You don't have a closing argument?
Not at the moment, Your Honor, no.
Okay, prosecution. Let's hear your closing argument then.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, as you have heard today, not only from the officer of the state police, but from the client himself, there was an account of the client admitting to hitting the guardrail, along with the proper positioning of his vehicle, in which the officers would have been able to see everything that did occur and how it did happen. I understand that with the lack of video evidence, but I do believe with the testimony provided by the state and from the defense that there is enough here to show proof of what occurred. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've got my closing argument.
You waived your right to make a closing argument. It's always defense, then government. So we'll proceed and submit the case. Let me just make sure. Have I received a copy of the photographs? I have not. Can you please send those photographs that you wish to use?
Yes, Your Honor.
And once you get those in, okay. Can you send them in the email chain, please? If you get what I mean.
Yes, Your Honor, give me a moment.
Okay. Well, while that's going on, we'll go ahead and finish this up then. The case is submitted and the matter is adjourned. Okay, we're off the record now. Yeah, get those into me. The reason why you have to send those there is because I also need the prosecution to say, yeah, those were the things that I saw. Okay. Well, I'll get y'all a decision within the next few days. I'll have to get this all transcribed. I'll try and get a transcription posted fully tonight. I will review that and the evidence. And maybe, hopefully, I will enter in a on Saturday. I can, if you would like to be present for the actual reading of the verdict and judgment as to this case, I will probably make it during the Saturday docket call. So if you see when those cases are there, and if you would like to hear me make it live and in person, then just attend and just say that you're here for Carter, and then we'll get that all taken care of. Are there any other matters that any party wishes to tend to?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you are all dismissed then. Have a great day.
You're
All
going
right, who's
down.
next?
Oh.
We have jury trial. Okay, let's go ahead and get the jury trial. This is going up first. Ash.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay. Where'd that other guy go?
Right in there.
Not too sure.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that might have not went the best way we could have went, but in my opinion, I think we might have. At least we got one charge dropped. My best opinion, I don't think we've fully lost this. Is it admissible? So, look on the good side. I'm pretty sure most charges would get dropped. So obviously, you only take your word and read your Mirandas. I wish it would have been good if you explained that to me at the first part, because I could have went with that. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got any other information that tell me, I would need it now.
No, that's all. I don't have any more information.
Alright, that's fine. But please, 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 if an officer doesn't tell you your Mirandas on a traffic stop like that, I mean, he's not expected to, but if he doesn't, it's still admissible as what you tell him. He can take that as in for evidence, but it's still not able to be used. So therefore, with my kind of voice having a little issues, if I should have an objection, then that would have been ended a lot quicker. Because if it wasn't admissible, since it is admissible, all charges should drop since obviously he had no evidence, especially how his radar is broken. The speeding violation, that's been dropped, I believe.
Which one was it?
But we'll find out what happens later. I believe it's tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. I appreciate you.
Alright, I tried the best I can. I hope you have a good time, have a good day, and let's hope for the best.
All right. You have a nice one.
Alright, if there's any feedback you'd like to tell me, then I mean, it would be appreciated.
Is this the gallery?
I'm not too sure where the gallery is.
That's what we said.
The gallery is where they sit.
Oh?
The powers of God.
Hey. Oh, I'm gonna end